Hey there. Welcome back to Creepy Encounters. In today's video, a man tried luring my friend to a hotel room when we were 16. Thank God for rollerblades. This was 9 years ago. When I was 16, I used to love MSN. I would hand it out online in games to my friends and have it up on my MySpace profile. But as all kids think, I'm smart, I know how to stay safe. One man who was 27 at the time added me and started asking all these questions about my location, trying to flirt, and I said gross, stranger danger, goodbye. When I went into school the next day, my friend excitedly told our group about how she was talking to a guy she really likes. The more she spoke, the more I realized she was talking to the same man I blocked. When I got home, I looked at my profile. But it was private. I couldn't understand how he had added my friend. I sent a message to my other friends. They had all received a message but had blocked instantly. All except this one friend. When the weekend was over and we were back in school, I asked her if she was still talking to him. And she told me that they are planning on meeting in the park next to our school. I freak out. She's put us all in danger by telling a creepy man where our school is. I didn't want my friend to be alone, so I told her I would go with her. It wasn't illegal, but it was creepy. The day came and I asked another friend to come with me as well, with two more friends standing by who had this man's full details, picture, and said if we aren't back in an hour then come to us and call the police. So the three of us head to the front of the school. The man texts her saying come alone, so she walks over to him and stands in the shadows, alone. We see them walk into the park, and then 4 minutes later we go into the park also. My friend texted me saying he's saying not to follow us. To which I verbally said frick no and continued into the park. We got to the swing set and saw them way in the distance, sitting side by side on the border of the field in the shadows. Me and my friend are talking when suddenly I look over to see them both lay down. I freak out, I'm panicking. 30 seconds, they still don't sit back up. I'm thinking what to do. It looked mutual, but it felt so wrong. And then I screamed at the top of my lungs, hey, your mom's here. They both pop up and stand. She hugs him goodbye and he skulks around the edge of the field to not be seen. My friend walks over, out of breath, and I see her coat is open. And she is giggling as she tells me he put his hand in her shirt. I feel sick. But I think, okay, she's safe. But the next day she tells me she's in love. She tells me that tomorrow she is going to skip school and meet him again. But apparently his home was being worked on, so he has been living in a hotel room, which is where she would meet him. And that's when I can't deal with any of this anymore. I told her that I would tell her mom, the teachers, everyone if she went to meet him again. She hated me, stopped talking to me. But I was still worried she was going to meet him secretly. So I went on my MSN, unblocked this man to try scaring him off with police threats. And when I did, I was sent a barrage of texts that were stopped by my blocking. Saying that I looked good when he saw me in the park. That he wanted to do stuff to me, that I should meet him in the park alone. And my 16-year-old brain, though, there was another way out of this. I showed my friend my MSN. She was hurt about him trying to cheat and broke up with him. That, coupled with my threats to tell everyone, meant he left us alone. I still feel like I should have done more. TL, Doctor, my 16-year-old friend met a 27-year-old man in the park, and was planning to meet him in a hotel room as his home was being worked on. I threatened to tell everyone about this situation and subsequently broke them us. I, 21F, am studying at a university in a city that's notorious for girls disappearing without a trace. I've heard crazy things about sex trafficking and assault. My college is in a safer part of the city, but over the past few years, crime of all sorts has started to trickle in. Lots of rich kids go to my school and they make for easy targets. Anyhow, the sudden elevation in crime has made me a bit more paranoid than usual. Sometimes I'll think a weird thing has happened, but then I'm like, nah, it's all in my head. A few weeks ago, I went on a Tinder date with a boy from my school. And the date was totally fine, nothing special. We'd gone to the park to skate around, him on a skateboard and me on my blades, and I switched into my regular shoes so we could walk instead. We were just talking about life, and I made a remark about how I would never walk through this part of the park alone at this hour. The sun was going to set soon, and he said I was so dramatic. I found myself explaining to him how girls had to be more cautious, and told him I'd spent a lot of time reading articles about how to survive kidnappings or how to avoid certain situations. He was like, damn, your mind is dark. Anyhow, the date is over and we'd gotten far from where we started, so we decided to Uber back. He orders the Uber and drops us off at the corner where his apartment is located, which wasn't absurdly far from where I was living, so I said I'd just walk. He's like, this was fun. Later. Go inside. I am walking up the street and now I'm painfully aware of just how few people are present. The street is empty, I can't really see around the curve ahead of me, so I know I'm approaching a blind spot where no one would be able to see me either. The neighborhood is mostly rundown townhouses and apartments, and ahead, the right side of the street is nothing but empty, overgrown lots and grass, while the left has a few more quiet streets to turn down. The sun was low at this point. I just decided to sit on the concrete and switch out of my huge platform shoes into my rollerblades instead of walking. I had two reasons for doing that. I'd get home faster on skates, plus it would be more fun to listen to music while a sim cruising along. As I'm skating, I notice this faded black truck behind me. It seems like it's doing its own thing, so I don't freak out, but I am hyper aware of it. Ahead of me, there's a left turn. The truck is behind me for a minute, and then it hits its left turn blinker. I start to relax like, this guy is just going home. The second I approach the street he's about to turn down, he's starting to turn a little, and I pass the street up. I look behind me and see the truck kind of scoop out of the street, suddenly redirecting itself, and continue to follow me. In my head, I'm thinking this guy must have thought I was about to turn down that street too. The truck passes me up now and turns down the next, and final left turn. I got a glimpse of his face for the first time, a much older, dusty looking guy. He had turned his entire head to look at me as he passed me by, but the point is, I couldn't see the truck anymore. It was gone. For a moment, I think I was being paranoid. But then the paranoia ramps up again and I'm like, wait, I should check to make sure he's not waiting around the corner, because I couldn't see past the bushes growing there. I creep up to the bushes and lean forward to see his truck is in fact idling there. And on cue, the red brakes lights turn white to indicate the truck is backing up. Screw this. I take off down the street, jumping onto high sidewalks, slamming back off them and onto uneven asphalt, just focused on reaching the busier road that I can hear up ahead. Based on that hollow engine rumble, the truck isn't far behind me. My heart is in my ears and there are no thoughts in my head, just complete focus on not losing my balance and making sure I landed the jumps. And for a split second I marveled at what I realized this feeling was, pure adrenaline. Anyway, I reached the street and when I finally looked back, the truck was gone. I can't say for sure that I was its target, but what happened was undeniably creepy as hell. And to that Tinder boy, girls have a damn good reason for considering all the possibilities of a situation where their safety is concerned. That isn't to say boys shouldn't. They definitely should be taught these things, too, but there's a reason why girls think the dark thoughts they do. It's called precaution, and a lot of it stems from sketchy experiences. I've got way more stories like this than I would like to have. If you read this far, thanks for reading. Please stay out there and be aware of your surroundings. Remember, you know what you're thinking, but you never know what someone else is thinking. TL, Doctor, got followed by an older dude in a truck and skated like hell to get away. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more real-life creepy encounters around the world. See you in the next video. Bye.